Yeah. Yeah. I'm honored to be here. I'm happy to be. I think the center's gonna be like buzzing, just crazy in the room. I think it's really good. So now, remember, I took a year out of the game to refresh. Let's feel fresh. I feel rejuvenated. It wasn't like I took the year out in vain. I had a purpose, and I'm just living. No, you look fresh. I feel good, man. I feel good. I've been training hard. I'm close to the weight that I need to be at for the fight. I feel good. He's done me a favor. Walking around bulky and heavy. I feel quick. I feel amazing. So I'm looking forward to the fight. That's why I'm just vibing. I think he is a smart operator. I think he's managed to put a good team around him to help him achieve his wildest dreams. I think he's a smart young man. So I don't want to focus on it being like about Jake. Oh, Jake's small, so that makes me confident. Jake's this, so that makes me confident. I'm just focused on myself. I'm confident.
With just 2 weeks left until Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, the energy is already building and the hype feels electric.
All right. All right, come in. Coaches aren't meant to understand that you're tired. Coaches aren't meant to understand that you have emotions. Coaches are just supposed to look at you like you're a machine, and they just want results. I may be tired, but I just got to bite down on my gum shot, because if I can perform to an elite level when I'm tired, imagine what I can do when I'm at rest and when I've got energy. I've been through them days where I'm looking for sympathy and you just don't get it. It's well, don't get it. I always knew there could be the most talented fighter out there, especially in our industry. If they can't sell tickets, they can't put bombs on seats, they'll never showcase their skills to the world, no matter how good they are. And that's why I say you have to have marketability and you have to have ability. And when you bring those two worlds together, it's a...
AJ isn't treating this like some casual YouTuber sideshow. He's preparing like a man determined to shut down every joke before it starts. His focus is razor sharp, no smiles, all business. He looks ready for pure heavyweight dominance. Like this might be the easiest paycheck of his career walk and land the shot he needs. And wrap the night up early.
Realist, he's a logical man, and he wants to fight. He wants to fight good fight. I looked at it and said, wow, this is a great opportunity to showcase myself to the whole world. And God willing, my prayers are answered and I get the job done and I hurt Jake in spectacular fashion and I get a victory. And Jake called me directly. He called me. He didn't call my team. Jake called me. I said, okay, no problem, no problem. Easy money. Not easy money. We'll see. I'll let you know December 19th, December 20th.
Here's the twist. Jake Paul carries himself like he's rewriting boxing script, walking around with confidence that says he belongs beside a former unified champion. Like it or not, that belief fuels him. It's the mindset that keeps him dangerous, even when logic says he shouldn't stand a chance at all.
I don't think it's necessarily fair to AJ. I just know that I have the power and the timing. It's the shots that you don't see coming that knock people out. And I'm a tricky knockout artist that people don't give me enough credit for. I've won knockout of the year. So he has to be careful. And I do have the timing, the speed, and the tricks up my sleeve to be able to hit a shot on this guy that he doesn't see coming that can put him to sleep.
He genuinely believes he can wreck AJ's plans, flip the whole script, and turn what's supposed to be easy money into one of the biggest, most costly headaches Anthony Joshua has ever tried to fight off.
I think it's watching his Dubois fight, watching the Ruiz fight, even watching the Usyk fight. And when you look at it, he's lost to guys who are smaller than him. I think it's his, it's his weakness. His kryptonite is the faster guys who don't get hit by his big punches. He's definitely a bit chinny. He's durable. He gets back up. He knows how to fight when he's hurt, and he's still dangerous when he's hurt. But I do see holes where I can land big shots.
Riding the wave of hype around this month's Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua showdown, Amir Khan delivers a much more serious message. He warns that this matchup goes beyond entertainment and carries real danger. Khan believed Jake's team, especially promoter Nikisa, may be pushing him into a situation he isn't fully prepared for, putting him at unnecessary risk.
Well, I think Nikisa hates Jake Paul because he wants him dead, I think. That's what it comes down to. Me and JB had a meeting with Nikisa and he was giving big ones, which I did not understand. He's not really like, come on. But like, he really wants to see his own friend that he calls my childhood friend hurt. That is wrong, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's chasing the money. So he's just gone straight to the money and put my man in the firing line against a heavyweight champion who can hurt him and literally cause him problems.
Khan says it feels like Jake's team is chasing a big payday instead of protecting his long-term well-being. He stresses that a heavyweight like Joshua carries power that must be taken seriously. Unlike veterans who spent years conditioning their bodies, Jake comes from a different path. Khan insists boxing demands respect because one decisive shot from AJ could derail Jake's progress and possibly his future plans, creating setbacks he may not be ready to handle right now.
Look, if AJ hits him with a shot like he hit Ngannou and knocked him clean out, I mean, even Ngannou would knock Jake Paul out. But that just shows, like, but you can't mess with the sport. Boxing, you can't mess with boxing. Boxing is a sport that you have to respect. You're always at one punch away from getting hurt, and something bad's going to happen one day, and they're going to regret it. They're going to say, oh, why did we take that fight? It's not like they need the money. And if I was AJ, and so a YouTuber come to me, who's tiny, who's smaller than me, and weaker than me, and has no experience at all.
Amir Khan says that while some YouTubers like Slim have proven they can really fight this matchup steps into risky territory, one wrong move could create a situation nobody wants fans, fighters, or the sport itself. Khan's point is simple: the hype around crossover boxing should never hide the real dangers of facing a true elite heavyweight. Boxing isn't about views or going viral. It's a serious sport where a single mistake can change everything, and that reality shouldn't be ignored.
Just ends this YouTube boxing because in a way, someone is going to get hurt badly, and this could be the fight that someone gets hurt so bad that they will never ever get sanctioned to ever fight again. You know what I mean? But it's true though, isn't it, bro? Like, honestly, like, the sport is tough, man. And it's hurt and damaged a lot of people that have been boxers, and let alone, and these are people that are used to taking punches and
Building on Amir Khan's cautious view, the TalkSport discussion takes a more analytical angle, looking at both the business and competitive sides of the matchup. Liam Smith shares his excitement about the spectacle of Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, arguing that for AJ fans, this is a simple high-reward fight. After years of tough elite opponents, Smith sees this matchup as an easier, financially smart opportunity for Joshua.
As well by putting his promotion on, so I respect him massively. But if Anthony Joshua was to lose to Jake Paul, it would be the biggest upset, travesty, whatever you want to call it, in boxing history. So he has to look past Jake Paul.
Well, let's hear from Anthony talking to the media in Miami. One of the questions that was put to him was about his lengthy stint outside of the ring.
So I took 12 months out of the game, realigned my vision board, and consolidated a lot of things, trimmed down my team. And I said I need 12 months to do that, so I took 12 months out of the game. And from September 21st, if you think about it back then, to now, December, that's 3 months. So most people take about 8 to 12 weeks to prepare for a fight. So this was like a preparation for a fight, basically.
The panel highlights that Joshua confirmed a 245 pounds fighting weight, matching the level at which he has historically been most agile and effective. He has also minimized distractions by switching trainers and moving his training camp out of London. While Paul's promotional skills and support for women's boxing earn respect, the analysts agree that his boxing ability is still far behind Joshua's. They warn that a loss for Joshua would rank among the biggest upsets in sports history, casting serious doubts over his future plans and raising questions about his path back to world title contention.
He's going to be at 225.
245.
245.
245.
But with no Again, there's no rehydration.
No rehydration clause. 245. That was the last time that he boxed Alexander Usyk, which was back in 2022. I believe he weighed 245. He was in training camp anyway. He was going to be fighting on the undercard of this fight on Saturday night with Devin Haney. He was going to be fighting on that undercard, 22nd. So he's in shape. His weight's down anyway. So making 245 actually.
He has to be that.
Yeah, but that's his best weight anyway, Anthony Joshua. That's where he's more athletic. He's got more movement and whatnot. And no disrespect to Jake Paul here. You go without looking past Jake Paul, but
the discussion then turns to the bigger issues of risk and reputation. TalkSport analysts note that Joshua's recent management changes, revamped training camp, and mental reset are all part of a long-term rebuild after previous setbacks. In contrast, they argue Jake Paul faces no comparable pressure. The burden is entirely on Joshua to produce a swift, decisive victory, as anything less could harm public perception and fuel speculation of a scripted result. While Paul's claims of being ready to die and they are mostly promotional hype, they serve as a stark reminder that boxing is a dangerous sport, especially for those unaccustomed to facing heavyweight power. With all eyes on Joshua to make a statement akin to his dominant performances in the past, the panel emphasizes that the fight carries serious reputational stakes. Only a clean early knockout, they conclude, can silence
Sort of statements about I'm ready to die in there and I'm going to bash you up and stomp all over you, give you any cause for concern about the sport?
He's a YouTuber, isn't he? So they want them views. His life's been about views, and taking this fight with Joshua is views for him. So even if he loses in first round, he can always say I've been in with Joshua.
Yeah.
So he's at a win-win. It's Anthony Joshua what's under.
Building on TalkSport's focus on risk and credibility, former world champion Chris Algieri offers a grounded perspective from inside the sport. He admits that even after seeing the Miami press conference, he finds it hard to view Joshua versus Jake Paul as a fully legitimate sanctioned fight, a heavyweight champion facing a novice whose main strengths lie in business savvy and digital influence rather than elite boxing skill. Algieri points out that in a real 8-round contest with standard 10-ounce gloves, Joshua's Power Olympic background and recent highlight reel knockout again make it difficult to imagine Paul surviving the first round unless special rules or restrictions apply. He also cautions that Joshua's relaxed demeanor during fight week could be either genuine confidence or a risky misjudgment. While some fans label AJ Chincy Algieri firmly rejects that characterization.
It happens. Boxing is the wild, wild west. Anything can happen. And especially with Jake Paul and his money and his ability to make things happen, it's very, very possible. But I don't see how this fight ever makes it out of the first round. And if it does, then comes into question of, is this a real fight? Have the rule set come out yet? Have we heard whether or not Anthony Joshua has to wear, his boots on the wrong feet if he can't throw his right hand? If he has to be, set up to a shock therapy if he throws punches? Is there anything said yet, or is this a real fight? Do we know?
8 rounds, 10-ounce gloves, 3 minutes.
And it's a real.
Algieri emphasizes a fighter must first land a clean, effective shot, and Paul has struggled to do that even against a faded Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., closing the distance on a genuine heavyweight. He argues is the real challenge Paul faces one that has defeated many proven fighters. The conversation then moves to legacy and consequence. Algieri outright rejects the idea of facing Jake Paul himself, even for a large payday, insisting that his career deserves respect and that he will not participate in a sideshow purely for spectacle. He does not, however, criticize Joshua for taking a lucrative comeback fight after surgery and a tough loss. Still, the stakes for AJ are higher. Failing to stop Paul quickly could turn a comeback story into reputational damage, and rumors of a fixed fight would spread fast. Algieri stresses that labeling Joshua Chincy ignores context. Getting hurt by world-class punchers is not comparable to being vulnerable to a natural cruiserweight YouTuber. Even if Paul lands a shot hurting and finishing a 240-plus pound champion is a completely different task than stunning a smaller retired opponent. Algieri says he'll watch partly for spectacle and partly to see if Paul truly grasps the magnitude of the step up, but bluntly warns that the first genuine heavyweight grade punch Paul takes.
Take the fight. If Jake Paul offered you millions and millions, would you get in the opposite corner to him and have that opportunity?
No. No. It's a sideshow.
You're probably the first fighter to say that.
Yeah, because first of all, I had a real career. and I respect the sport, and you're not just going to pay me, so use me to come in there and go put this fight together. I'm not an active fighter. I haven't been for almost 5 years. To come off the couch just because of an opportunity, because there's a lot of money thrown at me. Listen, I respect what I've done in my career. Listen, if we were in my career and I was fighting and training and that came up and there was a reason for it, that's a whole different thing. Even Anthony Joshua, I don't knock Anthony Joshua at all for this. He's coming off of a loss. He's coming off of an elbow injury, and he's looking to get back in. This is a perfect get back fight, 8-rounder, and I get to make.
After all the warnings from legends, the circus-like pundit chatter, and Jake Paul grinning like he's cracked the code of boxing, the countdown is on for a night that could shatter someone's entire reality live on Netflix. Either AJ steps into the ring, lands one thunderous punch, and ends a YouTube era before Jake even finishes his ring walk, or Jake pulls off a mind-bending upset so shocking that boxing fans will question reality and the internet will implode in disbelief. That's the electric tension here. Some see this as the easiest payday of Joshua's career, while others secretly fear witnessing the biggest upset in years. If Jake survives even a few rounds against a true heavyweight, he earns genuine respect. But if AJ lands that clean, explosive shot, Jake won't just fall, he'll feel like the ring suddenly has its own gravity. So, what's your call? Is Jake Paul rewriting boxing history? Or is Anthony Joshua about to remind him and all of us why the ring isn't a place for clicks and viral hype? Drop your predictions, hot takes, and wild theories in the comments. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing BW today. See you at Fight Night.